Welcome back to Outriders. In this one we are going to be taking a look at a new Reddit post, seeing as the developers are back from their weekend break. And also just a reminder, because it's not the weekend, no posting memes on their subreddit. So this is about damage mitigation, because there has been a lot of people reporting that there are issues. They did a maintenance after their patch to sort out armor and survivability, but they released their patch on Friday, so everyone's had to wait for them to say something else. Now they've said something, it just seems as though they've basically put the restoration on the back burner. And I'm not saying that's a good or a bad thing, I don't know, I find it such a weird situation. Purely based on the fact that that was top priority, and now they've told everyone that they have to try and do it so that it's not going to corrupt different characters. They just seem to have chucked it right to the back of the list, and they're doing other things in the game now. Like, why couldn't they do this beforehand when they were still heavily talking about the restoration? But they said, I wanted to set up this thread to note that we are aware of the issue whereby damage mitigation isn't acting as expected for some players, resulting in those players dying very quickly, or in some cases instantly, when hit by an attack. Issues of mod cooldowns or mods not proccing may be related to this. Thank you to everyone who has so far reported the issue, and thanks to everyone who shared their findings around it on or in these threads. We are reading all of them and have been using the detailed findings to help their own investigation and work towards reproducing the issue consistently. First up, their latest patch did not intentionally change any formulas which would have directly caused this. We did not make armor weaker or enemies stronger. If we did, every single player would be feeling the effects of that. Rather, it looks like there is a bug which may temporarily strip away a mechanic such as armor mitigation for some players under certain conditions. So they didn't intentionally change any formulas with armor, but they did try intentionally, sneakily changing some formulas with mods. So this is what they know so far. They've been tracking a similar issue with damage mitigation since before the last patch released. So they've known about this issue for a little while, and only now are they speaking about it. The reason they say that they noticed it before and they've only just started tracking this one is because they were unable to find a consistent reproduction of it at the time. It wasn't addressed in the latest patch and their investigation is ongoing. The thread will help them further identify the cause. Although what makes their investigation a little harder is that because previously bugged mods such as Emergency Stance and Perseverance were fixed as part of the patch, the difficulty of the game for users who are relying on such mods has increased. Additionally, it's possible that the bugged status of these mods previously obscured this mitigation issue, which is why it may appear more prevalent now. We need to separate out genuine bugs with damage mitigation from reports that the game's become harder overall due to the mod fixes. The issue at hand appears to be quite random in nature, affecting random players at seemingly random times. So they've even got bugs set to RNG on this game. This by no means insinuates that the mitigation issue doesn't exist. We fully acknowledge that there is an issue with it for some players at this point in time. To help them better understand it, please copy paste and fill out the below questions if you have encountered such an issue. If you are also able to share an uploaded video of the issue occurring, this would be very helpful as well, because those people, the QA, the playtesters, all those sorts of people within the actual studios themselves don't know how to do any of this. It just seems to be the beta tester players that have to do it all for them. So this is the form to report the issue, and I'm just going to read out the questions. Do you feel like you take excessively more damage since the patch? If yes, is this feeling A, B or C? A, consistent, B, random, C, random but consistent once it does appear. If it appears to be consistent, A or C, does taking your armor off and putting it back on again change anything at all? Does logging out and back in change anything? Did you change your armor to another item and back again before you noticed the issue? Have you noticed this issue occur consistently on a particular set of armor or build? Does this only occur in co-op, solo play or both? If in co-op, are you the host or the client? Does this only occur in expeditions or has it happened in story mode too? Please include the exact location or expedition where it occurred. Can this occur right from the start of an expedition, or have you noticed that it occurs only after an area change? What world tier, challenge tier does this occur at? Do you feel like you have in the past week been one shot or instantly died during gameplay even when everything appeared normal just before? And then they've even gone to add a note. One shot means from 100% health to 0% health and dead in a single attack. Okay, there's absolutely no other possible definition for the term one shot, so that's a completely pointless note. If yes, are you sure that you were one shot, or could you have been hit by 2 hard-hitting attacks in very quick succession? Is there a particular enemy who appears to trigger this issue, or deal higher than expected damage? Which damage mitigation mods or skill tree nodes do you have active on your build? Please list them all. Do you feel like adding permanent armor or resistant helps mitigate this issue? Does changing mods or skill tree nodes affect the issue you're experiencing? What type of build overall do you run? Tanky, glass cannon, balanced, AP or FP focused? What class do you play as? What level is your character? What platform you playing on? What time of the day do you go for a P? What's your national insurance number? And also, what date and time were you born in? Which hospital? Which country? Which town, city, whatever? They want to know everything. Someone actually mentioned they actually filled out this entire form, and then the response from Square Enix was, "Thanks for the report. Just to clarify, do all broodmothers and alphas one-shot you all the time?" Their answer to the question was, if I can find it, "Is there a particular enemy who appears to trigger the issue or deal higher than expected damage? Broodmothers and alphas." So I'm assuming that's all, and they've just had to, can you clarify this? Definitely these that are they doing it all the time or just a couple of times? And then someone goes and they fill out the report form too, and they actually put all enemies, and they don't get a single reply from Square Enix. I mean, a lot of people have filled out this form to hear nothing about it. Then someone says, "Can you clarify if there are any situations in which a one-shot is intended mechanics? This would make it much easier to know if I'm seeing a bug or not." Then Square Enix reply and go, "There are mechanics in the game that should, in theory, prevent a complete one-shot. So there should be nothing in the game at all that can one-shot you. I've had broodmothers, I've had alphas. Like when the alpha jumps on me, I go from full health to none. When the broodmother hits me, I go from full health to none." It seems to be those that, at least for me and obviously a couple of people on Reddit, have noticed that it's the broodmothers and alphas. And I just don't understand why they're asking so many bloody questions. Do they not have anyone from their studios that can go and test this stuff? Like, why do they need to know so much information? It's their bloody game. And this is literally the newest bit of info we have from them. Nothing about the restoration, in which they say, you needn't be concerned or you needn't be worried. This isn't going to be a month-long process. Yeah, people have started using it as a meme, and they've just started taking the piss on Twitter, because obviously you got to be very picky. If you're on Reddit, you're only allowed to post memes at the weekends. But if you're having any damage issues in the game, like you're taking far too much damage, then just let me know if you're experiencing it in the comments. I'm not going to ask you for your national insurance number and everything, because I'm not a dick. They might as well at this point just go, "Can we have your username and password, please? Or your email and password or whatever." But yeah, that's going to do it for this video from me. I will see you in the next one. I hope you guys enjoyed it.